2019 in the Christie booth with Larry Paul from Christie. Thanks for having us, sir.
Well, thank you. Thanks for coming.
Absolutely. So we're sort of kind of standing in front of at an angle.
Okay.
A couple of things, but really we will talk about that in a second.
Okay.
But first we're going to talk about the Mirage SST.
Okay.
Explain this to folks if they're not familiar. Obviously, we're all familiar with Christie's processing and other graphical engines. Right. What exactly is the SST?
So the Mirage SST is a very flexible design system. So what it does, it maximizes your customer's ability to install the projectors in places that you won't normally be able to put projectors.
Okay.
So the projector head itself is actually very small. It's very compact. That is a fiber-coupled light that actually goes to a light source, and there's a separate chiller. Those can be far away from the light, from the projector itself. So it keeps the projector head small, and is very functional and flexible. So because it's Mirage, it means it's 120 Hz 4K capable.
Okay.
It's actually optionally up to 480 frames per second, 2K. So it has a lot of high-performance electronics and power. But what we've done is just remove the light from the projector head and remoted that to give flexibility. And that's really what the Mirage SST platform is.
Okay, a couple practical questions here. How long can we run that cable?
So that cable comes standard as a 30-foot cable or a 10-meter cable.
Okay.
It can go up to 50 meters or 150 feet from the light source. And then the chiller itself can be another 100 feet or so away from that.
Okay.
So the light source is actually silent, and the projector is only 42 dB under most conditions. Okay. So it's very, very quiet.
Yeah.
And that allows you for a theme park or for projection mapping or for those type of applications or planetariums where you want to have quiet projector operation. You can place those projectors where you really want them to be, and it's all remote operation. So everything, all the other stuff is happening elsewhere, and the projector, the business end of the projector is optimally placed where the other equipment can be placed where it's in an equipment room where for the chiller, they can be where the noise and the heat really are.
Okay.
The projector itself is very low BTU. It's like 2,700 BTU maximum, which means you can actually put it into a space without overheating that room. So it'll work in a conference room, it'll work in planetariums where you're not adding a lot of heat into the room to make it uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So that's really the functionality of having this. The head itself runs on 100 to 240 volt, but it runs on a standard household outlet.
Oh, wow, okay.
So it runs on a single, 5 amp circuit. It's not. It doesn't take a lot of power to run the head. So that's the advantage of that as well, is that you can put the head where it needs to be, simple power, simple cable, simple electronics and signal. And you can see on the back of the unit there's almost no cables. It's light and just a little bit of data cables for getting your signal into it, and everything else is very simple.
Okay. Mounting options. Obviously we're used to more larger form factor, one unit projectors.
Right.
What are some of the mounting possibilities for this?
So for the head we have optional rails, or we have cages that it can work in. It has feet, of course, and you can place on the top or the bottom if you ever wanted to put it upside down.
Okay.
Mounts at any orientation, so it's designed to be, portrait, landscape, or anywhere in between. And we have lots of different mounting plates and different options for that. The other equipment would typically go on a floor somewhere or on a catwalk. Yep. That's typically how it's done.
Makes sense. Availability of the product?
We've been shipping it actually since earlier this year, and it is a pure laser RGB system. It is not a laser phosphor system. Okay. So you're getting that approaching Rec 2020 kind of color volume. It has that extra richness that you can get from a laser RGB system, like our other laser RGB projectors. Very different than laser projectors that are really laser phosphor projectors, which have a place, but they're not the same color space and color volume that a pure laser RGB system can offer.
Well, and that's an important differentiation.
It's a huge differentiation point. When you see the rich colors that this projector can really offer, you won't be able to really see that on your TV at home because your monitor is a Rec 7 or 9 monitor. Yeah. So it just doesn't have it can't reproduce those colors the way it really looks in real life. When you see that side by side, it's day and night. It really tries to replicate reality and in a very accurate way. So that's the reason why the high frame rate as well. 120 Hz 4K is standard. And of course it supports 60 and 30 and 24 and all the other formats. We have different color presets, so if you're working in a post house where you're trying to work on cinema color, you have a P3 setting. So you have different settings for different environments, but having the ability of really replicating color that you don't normally get in your regular household environment. That's part of the story that our entire RGB line is really trying to tell, where we're trying to actually increase the quality to be able to give you an experience that's better than you have at your home experience, having a better experience, and you can see more color, more interactivity, and higher frame rate allows for smoother motion of your content, where it's like, wow, that looks much more realistic. It's more like we're having a conversation, only if you're projected on the screen.
Oh, good Lord.
But the advantage of that, the details, you see all those kind of things that are just lost at low frame rates.
Well, you make a good point, because so many times you talk to theater owners or entertainment venues, their biggest competition are their customers' living rooms.
That's right.
Right? So giving these folks the opportunity and the capability to really kind of create a unique experience that they can't get in their home.
That's correct. Yeah. And that's really what we try to enable with all of our customers. That's why we have our RGB line, because it really does enable new things. And the Mirage SST is just a platform that enables better flexibility for installations that really enable you to do things that may not be possible to do with other projection platforms.
All right, Larry, if somebody's in Orlando at InfoComm and they want to come by the booth, where's your booth number?
Please come to booth 2543. That's the Christie Digital booth. We have the Rodu 4K 45. We have the Mirage SST. We have a whole slew of things, including microtile LED. There's a lot of different products here. Really a lot to come and take a look at.
Right, so if they're not here and they want to find out more about the SST, how do they do that?
Go to christiedigital.com, and all of our information is right on the web, and that's my recommendation.
Very good, Larry from Christie Digital. My name is Tim Albright. For more information about us and more videos from the show floor of InfoComm 2019, go by the website avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv.